The stars shimmered like cold diamonds above a crimson horizon. Dr. Eliza Noren sat alone in our observatory, on the edge of the Chilean desert, staring at the data streaming across her monitor. She had spent her entire career hunting for signs of a hidden world, Planet X, also known as Nibiru, the mythical giant of ancients. Tonight, she's found something she couldn't explain. A faint signature in the data pulsed like a heartbeat, not our beyond Neptune, as countless astronomers assumed, but close. Much closer. Her eyes darted to the rusty sphere glowing faintly in the western sky, Mars. The legend had always fascinated her. Every culture had its fallen ones, its sky gods, the Atlanteans of the ocean, the Babylonian Anunnaki, and the winged giants of the Sumerian clay tablets. They descended from the heavens, bearing knowledge far beyond the reach of primitive hands. Pyramids rose, ziggurats bloomed, and then, inexplicably, the teachers vanished. What if they hadn't vanished at all? What if they had fled? Thousands of years ago, long before the first sparks of human civilization, a dying world orbited sun. Its atmosphere thinned and bled away. Every breath of its own towering inhabitants would grow harder to take. These beings, giant by our measure, wielded technology so advanced it blurred the line between magic and science. They knew only one thing could save them: gold. Not for wealth, but for survival. Suspended in their upper atmosphere, microscopic particles of gold could stabilize the fragile envelope of air. But their planet's reserves were exhausted. They turned their eyes outward and found Earth. The giants came quietly at first. They mined rivers and mountains, whispered secrets into the minds of early humans, and exchange taught architecture, astronomy, and language. Under their direction rose structures so precise, so massive, that even modern machines would struggle to match them. The Great Pyramids, the temples of Baalbek, the impossible stonework of Sakhuin. Yet gold was not enough. The decay slowed, but did not stop. Nibiru, their once green jewel, began to crumble. On a distant plain beneath a salmon sky, two of the last giants stood. Their names had been lost to human tongues, but some called them Enki and Neman. They looked up at their dying sun, eyes like molten copper reflecting the shrieking atmosphere above. "We bought time. We bought time," Enki said, voice rumbling like thunder, but not salvation. Neman watched the vast cities crack and wither. "This is the end." "No," Enki replied, pointing at the night sky. "Well, we'll leave our memory." Together they built monuments, not to their power, but to their tragedy. On Mars, their nearest refuge, they carved their story into the soil, face on a hill in Cydonia, staring eternally at the heavens. Geometric ridges, vast mounds like pyramids aligned to constellations that will one day guide another race to their secret. Their fleet lifted from their dying planet one last time. Most never made it. Some perished in the crossing. A few survived long enough to walk upon the earth and teach its children. So their bodies grew frail in the heavy gravity and dense air. To the people of that age, they were gods, angels, fallen ones. And then they, too, faded. Millennia passed. The pyramids they inspired remain, but the truth dissolved into myth. Atlantis, Babylon, Anunnaki. Human history became a tapestry of half-remembered warnings. The masters of Nibiru were gone, but their monuments remained as a whisper of what once was. Back in her observatory, Dr. Noren zoomed in on the images from Mars' reconnaissance orbiter. Her heart pounded. Water-sculpted canyons, ancient deltas, pyramid-shaped mounds, the enigmatic face of Cydonia, staring straight at the sky. She overlaid the coordinates of the structures on a star map. Perfect alignment, Orion's belt, and just like Giza. Her breath caught. It's been Mars all along. She leaned back, dizzy with the revelation. The Great Pyramids, Earth, were destroyed. If they had vanished without a trace, the story of their builders would vanish too. No one would believe they had ever existed, and yet here it was, etched into another world, hidden under humanity's nose for millennia. The screen flickered for a moment. The faces in Cydonia seemed to move. Just a trick of the light, she told herself, or was it? Somewhere in the back of her mind, an ancient voice whispered, heavy with regret and warning. We were here. We tried to save our world. We tried to save yours. Elsa stared out at the red planet and no longer felt like just a neighbor. It felt like a tomb. And she couldn't shake that feeling that, buried beneath the Martian dust, the giants were still waiting.